I quite enjoyed Chestnuts. This is a Betty Boop cartoon from 1932, directed by Dave Fleischer and Seamus Culhane. And May Questel is voicing Betty Boop in this particular cartoon. And it starts off with a live action chessboard, and Betty Boop and Bimbo and various other characters begin to pop up out of the chess pieces, and Betty Boop is taking the place of the queen. We have Bimbo as a king, and we have another character who is definitely going after Betty Boop and lassos her at one point, pulls her dress up, and it's definitely not a pleasant experience for Betty Boop. Meanwhile, a lot of the characters are playing kind of different sports on this checkered board, and I love how it's animated. I think it looks visually stunning. The checkers are the perfect shades and they're the perfect size as well, against the characters. And I just think as a backdrop, it works really effectively. The narrative's got a really good pace to it. It starts off quite happy, and then, of course, things get quite intense for Betty Boop. Who's going to come along and save her? I won't say exactly what happens, but I liked it. It was good fun. I think it utilized the chessboard, the chess pieces, the roles of the different chess pieces very effectively, with some pretty great music to go with it as well. So I definitely had quite a bit of fun with this one. It may actually be one of my favourite Betty Boop cartoons. It's got 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb, so it seems to be quite well received. It's certainly one that I enjoyed. If you're a fan of Betty Boop and you haven't seen it, I thoroughly recommend it. If you've never seen Betty Boop before, I'd say this is a pretty standard, typical Betty Boop cartoon. It displays the kind of humor, the kind of animation style, the kind of pacing that you can expect, and indeed the kind of music as well. Definitely an all-round quality Betty Boop cartoon that's quite typical of the average Betty Boop cartoon, and definitely one I thoroughly enjoyed.